Every morning, before the world begins its assault on us, before the noise, before the demands, before the endless scroll of distraction, we stand at a crossroads. The way we speak to ourselves at that moment will decide whether we live the day as a slave to circumstance or as a sovereign over our own mind. Marcus Aurelius, the emperor-philosopher, opened his meditations with reminders to himself of the struggles he would face each morning. "When you wake up," he wrote, "tell yourself, 'Today I shall meet with interference, ingratitude, insolence, disloyalty, ill will, and selfishness.'" That wasn't pessimism, it was preparation. He armed his mind before stepping into the battlefield of life. Here's the thing. The secret of Stoicism is not in changing the world, but in changing the way we confront it. So if you want your mornings to become a weapon instead of a weakness, here are 10 things to tell yourself every single dawn. 1. Today is a gift, not a guarantee. Think about it. You didn't earn this sunrise. It wasn't promised. You just woke up, breathing, heart beating, another shot at life. Millions didn't get that chance today. The Stoics reminded themselves of this constantly, not to be morbid, but to stay awake to reality. Because when you see the day as borrowed, you stop wasting it. That ordinary breakfast, the text from a friend, even the silence of your room, it all feels like treasure. So ask yourself, what if you lived today like something fragile you might not get again? How much sharper would you pay attention? How much lighter would the small problems feel? 2. I cannot control everything, but I can control myself. Life is basically a storm machine. People cut you off, emails disappoint you, plans fall apart. Most of it is out of your hands. But here's the truth. Your response, that's yours. That's always yours. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters." And once you really get that, the world can rage around you, but you stay steady, because your mind is your fortress. So next time you feel yourself pulled into frustration, pause and ask, am I steering this moment, or is it steering me? 3. Comfort will not make me stronger. Every muscle in your body was built through strain. The same is true for character. Growth only comes through friction, through facing things that test you. The Stoics didn't chase comfort, they trained themselves through discomfort. They'd even practice going without luxuries just to prove to themselves they didn't need them. Every tough situation became a kind of gym for the soul. Think about the thing you've been avoiding, the hard task, the uncomfortable truth. What if that's the exact doorway to the version of you you've been waiting to meet? 4. What's outside of me is opinion. What's inside of me is truth. Here's the trap. Every day, we're bombarded by other people's opinions, criticism, praise, gossip, expectations. And if you're not careful, you start letting those voices drown out your own. The Stoics kept their eyes on the one thing that matters, alignment with their values. That's the real scoreboard, not likes, not applause, not rumors, just, am I living the way I said I would? So the question is, are you going to spend your day proving yourself to strangers or proving yourself to yourself? 5. If it's hard, it's worth doing. Most people see difficulty as a stop sign. The Stoics saw it as a compass. Hard usually means important. The tough conversation, the discipline to keep a promise, the courage to chase a dream, those are the things that shape you. The obstacle is not blocking the path. The obstacle is the path. And when you push through, you don't just complete a task, you rewrite your identity. What's that one hard thing you keep putting off? Picture the pride you'd feel if by the end of today you'd actually done it. That's the first 5 truths to wake up with that shift how you walk through the world. But the next 5 cut deeper. They deal with mortality, meaning, and mastery. If the first half sharpens your focus, the second half changes your entire perspective on life itself. Let's dive in. 6. Memento mori. I could leave life today. The most powerful Stoic reminder is also the hardest to face. You are mortal. Time is slipping. Every second is one you'll never get back. But that thought isn't meant to depress you, it's meant to electrify you. Because when you remember death, you start to live differently. Petty arguments feel like a waste, gratitude feels urgent, and the question becomes simple. If today was my last, would I be proud of how I'm living it? Don't wait for a near-death experience to wake you up. Let this be it. What's one thing you'd regret if you didn't do it today? 7. Wealth is wanting less. We live in a culture built on more stuff, more status, more everything. But the Stoics saw that the more you crave, the less free you are. True wealth is learning to want less, to recognize that most of what you're chasing, you don't even need. When you wake up and look at your life, even in its simplest form, food, breath, a mind that can think, a body that can move, you realize you're already rich. So the next time you feel that itch to buy, to upgrade, to impress, stop and ask, what if the richest version of me is the one who needs the least? 8. Anger is a choice, not a reflex. Here's a tough pill. No one can make you angry. They can only act. You decide the meaning. But anger is seductive. It feels powerful in the moment, yet it almost always makes you weaker. It burns your clarity, damages your relationships, and leaves you with regret. The Stoics practiced restraint, not because they were cold, but because calm is stronger than rage. So when you feel anger rising, ask yourself, am I about to hand control of my mind to someone else, or am I going to stay the one in charge? 9. No one owes me anything, but I owe life my effort. Entitlement poisons gratitude. The Stoics woke up each day with no expectation that life would hand them ease, fairness, or reward. They believed their only debt was to give their best effort, their best discipline, their best courage. And funny enough, that mindset often brought them more joy than those who demanded life be easy. Because when you expect nothing, everything feels like a bonus. Imagine starting your day with no sense of I deserve, only I give. How much lighter would you feel? How much stronger? My life is my message. At the end of the day, you are not your words. You're not your goals written on paper. You're not your excuses. You are what you do, consistently, day after day. That's the message the world hears. The Stoics weren't about grand speeches, they were about living examples. Every choice was a brushstroke in the story they were painting with their lives. So here's the real question. If someone shadowed you for 24 hours, what would your life actually be teaching them? Complaining, drifting, or courage in action? So there you have it. 10 truths, not just words to repeat in your head, but a code to carry into the morning like armor. 1. Today is a gift. 2. Control yourself, not the world. 3. Comfort won't make you stronger. 4. Ignore opinions, live your truth. 5. Hard things matter most. 6. Remember death, honor life. 7. Want less, live free. 8. Anger is a choice. 9. The world owes you nothing, give your effort. 10. Your life is your message. Say them, sit with them, test them against your actions, and most importantly, live them, because a reminder without action is just noise.